PA 3495.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. And in the studio with us on this Thursday morning, Denise Jennings Doyle, Scott Walton, correct? Good to have you both with us this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. It's good to have you here. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Wait a second. Somebody threw the switch. Click. There we go. Now I got the switch thrown back so we get audio actually on the recording. Denise, you brought Scott here for a specific reason, didn't you?
I did. So Scott is a resident of Blairsville, and he's probably most well known in Western Pennsylvania as the king at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. But he has some really exciting news. So before we get to the things that are happening in Blairsville, I wanted to bring Scott along to talk about his new role.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, we have coming up on EWTN, Evangelical World Television Network. They have a show called Saints versus Scoundrels. And on this show, it's a college where they work. This professor works, and his office is mystical, and different historical characters come in, and they debate their philosophies on things. So it ended up that I was cast as Karl Marx, a very happy gentleman there, against a political activist, Hilary Belloc. And he was an Englishman. And we have a debate for a while, for a whole hour, all about communism and distributism, back and forth and back and forth. We use miniatures to explain it, but it's one of those things that a lot of times people hear the words that are thrown out there with different points of view, and this here I think will hopefully make it a little more clear for people. Now, the Karl Marx does lose at the end there, spoilers, but it was a great experience to be part of this show and be part of a television show. It's going to be airing on that network on October 1st and October 8th. There's 2 parts, so we're going to leave you on a cliffhanger.
Oh, boy.
But it was a great experience to do, and was very, very happy to do it. Such a memorable role to play, and something that I'm hoping will share a lot of points of view to people and things like that they can really look at things and bring up discussions as well.
I thought when Denise was introducing you, she was introducing you as the king of Pittsburgh. And so you go from being the king of Pittsburgh to Karl Marx.
Yeah. Well,
one fell swoop.
I have a podcast as well, and it just stuck with it. So I went from King Henry to King Scott now, and that's how everyone seems to know me.
Tell me about the process of actually landing this role.
This was done through Latrobe. There's a audio theater place called We Are One Body Radio, and they did different radio dramas, and I'd done that with them. And one of the gentlemen does a lot of work with them, with EWTN. And he said, you know what, I think you would be good for a part that they're having down in Alabama, where I flew to film this. And I got an email from them, and I audition. They're like, you seem to be perfect. And we had it all set for October of, I believe it was 2018. Well, then we had a thing called COVID come up, and that kind of pushed things off there. And then someone got sick, and then that pushed it off. And then someone else had a back problem, that pushed it off. And then someone decided they needed to redesign the studio, so that pushed it off. So altogether, it took about 4 years to actually get everything together and get all the pieces in place. But it was
time to learn your lines then.
Oh, yeah. A lot of times we would end up like 3 weeks before, together with the other people that were acting in it. We'd be like, we should work together. Let's get on Zoom and do something. And a lot of that worked out well. We had a great chemistry amongst each other, lots of laughs, and it was truly a remarkable experience doing it.
Anytime that you're doing somebody from another country who speaks another language, but you're doing it in English, you have to make decisions about accents.
Yes, I had to talk in the German accent for a very, very long time. And it got to the point that whenever I was finished, I was continuing to speak that way even at dinner. So it was rather interesting.
German accent.
Oh, yes. Karl Marx was German. A lot of people think like communism, they automatically
Go
associate
to
with
Russia. Yeah.
Yes. But no, he was a German person.
Yeah. So
can I ask a question? So were you considered the scoundrel?
It was pretty much a very good vote that, yes, I was the scoundrel.
Oh, so you were typecast.
Oh, definitely.
look at Denise. She was setting herself up.
She set that up and just sent it home there.
Denise, how dare you?
Well, Blairsville's very proud of our Scott.
Thank you.
Well, why not? I mean, it's a wonderful role, and who knows where it goes from here? But my goodness,
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Talent in Blairsville, huh, Denise?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, when you have the Underground Railroad and all of those different experiences you have with people portraying folks from the past, certainly this is a part of that tradition, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And Scott has volunteered with our organization in the past. So, yeah, it's good stuff.
As the King of Blairsville?
Well, David Janicek's the King of Blairsville, apparently.
Look at Denise. She's like she's on stage today.
I know. She's just rolling, dropping everything here.
She is rolling this morning. Denise, what else is going on in Blairsville? We don't have all that much time left here.
Well, I'll try to make it quick.
Okay.
So this Saturday is our last in our Blairsville music series. So that's August 26th. It is Crazy Cat Daddies. And like all of the rest, it's going to happen from 5:30 to 7:30 at the amphitheater, which is on South Water Street in Blairsville. Now, our Riverfront Trail has just been repaved. It's beautiful. It's smooth, lovely. That's just reopened. So that's 1.7 miles along the beautiful Conemaugh River. Also access on South Water Street. Come visit us there. Now, you know about our Blairsville Otters project, a little update. We've sold 8 otters so far, but the Historical Society of the Blairsville area is selling some Welcome Back Otter T-shirts.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, guys.
Scott
I don't write this stuff.
Scott just walked off the set.
T-shirts are available at the Historical Society of the Blairsville area by calling 724-459-0580. They're also selling the Blairsville Bicentennial Coloring Book. 2025 is the bicentennial of Blairsville. So August 24th at the Blairsville Diamond is the National Night Out. It's hosted by the Blairsville Police and Friends, sponsored by TriStar Motors. The fire department will be there with their food, emergency vehicle tours, DJ, bounce house, face painting, and other children activities. So again, that happens at the Diamond. Blairsville Rec Department, fall aerobics are beginning in September, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 a.m. For the low impact. And then 8:45 is Silver Sneakers. That's $7 per session. That happens at the Armory at 119 North Walnut Street. For more information, you would email mcroce@meridnet.com. And then more from Blairsville Parks and Rec on September 9th. There is another bus trip. So this is a bus trip to the Altoona Curves game. September 9th is the Curves versus the Harrisburg Senators. So that includes ticket to the game and the bus down there. It's $25 per person. Tickets are limited, so if you're interested, you want to call 724-459-6790. The bus is leaving from our community center at 4:30 on the dot. And then lastly, I brought you Ray Crawford's Memorial Car Cruise. This is an annual car cruise in memory of Ray Crawford. That's September 16th from 4 to 8 p.m., and that's located at NVI in Blairsville.
Okay.
That used to be, Vail Tech and then Wyotech, now NVI. And that's along 422. It's going to include the classic cars, the car cruise food trucks, DJs, and they'll be spinning your finest car cruise tunes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It is a busy time, of course, always in Blairsville. Karl Marx has returned to the set after your
Yeah, I
bounce
think
house.
the most important question I have is there an age requirement for the bounce house?
There may be a weight requirement.
Denise has 3 of them
Set
today.
and dunk.
3 of them today on one appearance. Man. Denise, where are folks going to learn more about all these events?
Well, all of the events, unfortunately, aren't in one calendar. But honestly, calling Councilman Janicek can probably set you up with information, 412-638-2335. He's the font of information.
Most of those organizations could have some sort of Facebook presence.
They do. They have Facebook presence, which is how we gather this information. And, of course, Googling
You
the
betcha.
organization.
Dr. Google knows everything. Hey, thanks,
Exactly.
folks, for coming in to visit.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
We appreciate you having us on, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County.
Regional President from First Commonwealth Bank. Through the years, we've built some amazing relationships with small business owners who trust us to help them reach their goals. Thanks to all of you, we've reached an amazing goal of our own. First Commonwealth Bank is now the SBA Greater Pittsburgh Region's #1 small business lender. If you'd like to talk to us,